Hello, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Chi Chi, and I'm going to introduce you to one of our very popular menus, Nigerian recipe. We call this jollof rice. This is one of my friends' very favorite. Everybody loves it, and it's very simple to make. So I'm going to show you how to make jollof rice. Really simple. We're going to start off. You're going to need about 500 grams of easy cooked rice, about 1 tin of plum tomatoes, mixed vegetables, mixed frozen vegetables here because we like it convenient. About 3 onions average, about 2 Scotch bonnet chilies. Now I've chosen green because these are so fiery hot. I just really want the flavour more than the heat, so I've chosen green. But if you're brave, you can use red. About 1 inch of ginger, 2 inches of ginger here. A couple cubes of stock cubes. I'm using a seasoning. This is Cajun powder because I quite enjoy the flavour of Cajun powder. Paprika, half a teaspoon of paprika, and a few cloves of garlic. Also, you're going to need some vegetable oil, and you're also going to need a blender just to mix everything in. I'm going to put this in the blender with my tin of plum tomatoes and my fierce hot chilies. I'm going to put these in with the seeds because I cannot be bothered to get the seeds out. But I know I can afford to do that because these are green and they're not so hard. If you think you're hard, do them with the red chilies and see what happens. Let me know. And we're going to blend these up. Now that I've blended my tomatoes, I've just put some oil in the pan, about 3 tablespoons of oil and stuff. And I'm going to put my chopped, sliced onions and my garlic in. I'll just sweat my onions for a little bit. That's going to get a little bit brown. I'm going to put my garlic in all at the same time because it really doesn't make a difference to me either way. I'm going to let this simmer for about 3-4 minutes just before they start to get brown. Well, you can let them go brown, but I kind of like them so they're still a little bit soft with a bit of crunchiness. So the onions are just about to start browning, and I like to leave it just before it browns so it still has a bit of freshness when it cooks in with the tomato sauce and the rice. So we're going to stop it there. And I am now going to add my blended tomatoes, my fire hot chilies, and my ginger to the mixture. That's really nice rich colour. And it gets richer. This is jollof rice. Everybody loves this. If you've never had Nigerian food, this is the best starting point to start having some, right? So I'm just going to reduce the heat. You should put that on a medium heat so it doesn't dry out too quickly. And I'm going to add my paprika and my Cajun powder. You can use any seasoning that you like. It doesn't have to be. You can use curry because quite a lot of people like using curry. But I'm using Cajun powder because it's just tasty. And then I'm going to crumble my stock cubes in. Yeah? There we go. Go. Don't put salt until you're just about to finish simmering the rice out, so you've got an idea of how salty it is and whether you need to put salt in. And most times you may not need to put any salt in. But there you go, we've got a really nice rich looking sauce going on here. And I'm going to leave this to simmer for about 5 minutes while I wash my rice before we put it in to then cook off. Okay? My gosh, if you could smell this right now, it's incredible! Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Now this smells like a sweet bolognese sauce, and it's really intense. I've just kind of dry fried the tomatoes, so it's not the saucy state that it was in before. At this stage, I'm just going to keep on stirring it so it doesn't stick to the pot. But if you can see, it's kind of like a bit of a stodgy, almost paste-like consistency. Absolutely, it's gorgeous because you can smell the gingers coming through, and the chilies, the Scotch bonnet chilies are very aromatic. So all of that's coming through now, and it's just really delicious. So we're going to add some water to that now. And I hope you get this at home because it's so delicious. I'm going to put about 1/4 of a litre of water in here. You're going to need more, but for now, let's just rehydrate this. So we've got a sauce going now. The whole idea of drying the tomatoes and the sauce is to get the real intensity of the sweetness of the tomatoes, of the spicy. Now, I've got some rice that I've washed, the long, easy grain rice that we washed. And this is why we hold back on the water, so that we can then figure out how much water we'll need to add to that. So you've got the rice in now. Oh, so nice. I'm just going to mix that through. It's delicious. It smells incredible. I wish I'm not bullshitting you. This is really, really nice. Right, so you can see there's not much water covering the rice. So what I'm going to do here is add enough water so you've got about 1 inch of water covering the surface of the rice. And remember I said not to add any salt? Well, this is the point that you'll need to test to see if you do need salt in it. So your rice is quite free-flowing. I'm going to check this and see how delicious it really is because it smells amazing. It needs a touch of salt, but I like my salt, but just a little touch of salt because the stock cubes are quite salty, and that kind of works as my salt. I'm going to add just a little touch of salt, and I'm going to leave that to simmer for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm going to check it every now and again, but just leave that for about 10 minutes, come back, check it. If it needs more water because it's not cooked well what's going on? Leave it for 10 minutes to simmer on a medium heat, and check it again after 10 minutes, and if it's starting to really, really cook, it should be quite soft, but not too soft. That's where I'm going to add my vegetables in. But for now, I'm going to close it up, and I'm going to wait patiently for it to finish cooking. Right, so here we have it. I've had to check this every 4 minutes, and I've added a bit more water in it just so that it can cook through a bit more without it burning, without it sticking. And at this point, it's almost done. I'm going to add my vegetables. It's always better to use fresh ingredients, but I'm doing this the shortcut way, so there you go. I'm just going to add my ingredients and I'm going to mix this through. And we're going to let these vegetables just stay in here for about 3 minutes, just so that they can cook through. If you, if you do cook this and you have any questions or comments, please do get in touch with me. Let me know, and I can answer any of your questions because this is fabulous, and I really want you to enjoy this the way it should be eaten. There we go. I'm going to leave that for 3 minutes so the vegetables can cook through it, and we'll come back to that. Okay. Gosh, this rice, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes. The rice is now done. I can't wait because I'm so hungry, and the smells are just making me even more hungry. I have to say, I like my rice quite moist, so I don't cook it so it's dry. Most people would cook it in Nigeria, so it's quite a dry, kind of savoury rice. But I like mine moist. It makes it a bit more yummy. It kind of doubles up more as comfort food. But here you go. This is Chi Chi's Jollof Rice. Let's switch this off. This is good. So there you go. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes all in all. And there you go. And you can serve this with salads, and you can serve this with chicken or plantain, or have some side dishes to complement it. But hey, this is good for me. Chi Chi's Jollof Rice. Enjoy, folks.